Hello, it's been a long time since I've updated you. Welcome to this vlog. Firstly, because I haven't spoken to you directly since beginning this vlog, I think. And welcome if you're new here. Also, I love to make videos about books. And I have some updates since I've been to the countryside. I did tell you that I finished one book, which is Tender is the Flesh by Agustina Basterica. Yes, and what a disturbing book. It's about a dystopian world where a virus was found in every among animals. We do not have that much details about it, and they had to kill and slaughter every animal, and now they're just doing business with human flesh, using the former slaughterhouse to just slaughter humans. What a disturbing book, because the main character is working in the industry of human flesh. He's working in a slaughterhouse which was owned by his father, but he's only the second man in it. And he's aware by the fact that this is disgusting, at least as normal people we find it disgusting. And all along he's militating against it in his head. He's always criticizing the fact of eating human flesh, and himself is not eating that much. He sometimes has to eat it because he's working with all the people that he's supplying with human that are buying also human meats once it's transformed. And the end is so disturbing. Everything in this book is disturbing. Such morality questions are asked, because there are several. And now every time I'm going to, I mean, I don't eat that much meat. And I went to the butcher shop with my boyfriend to buy some meat for his grandpa, because we were visiting his grandpa in the countryside, and to eat meat with his grandpa because it's part of his identity, you know. In the countryside, the generation of our grandparents, it's in their DNA, you know. They cannot stop eating meat, even though we try so hard to sensibilize them, to talk to them about that, but they don't hear it. I don't know if it's the same in countries, but in France it's part of their identity. They don't want to see it. And all of that just to say that when I was in the butcher's shop, I was just thinking of this book, and I was like, whoa. So yeah, I wasn't very appealed by meat before. I mean, just certain type of meat. But this book really made me also more and more and more aware of how disgusting it can be. I'll make a proper review of this. This is just my thoughts, my hot takes, if I can say it like that. But if you love dystopian books and you are especially interested in the meat process and with eating less meat, and or are a vegetarian, and you have guts, I mean, you're brave to read really vivid, disturbing descriptions, and I can only recommend this to you. This is so interesting, and you won't be the same after that, that's for sure, because I'm not. I'm not traumatized, but more or less, you know. Next, I've started to read Lord of the Rings, the trilogy, the first book, The Fellowship of the Ring. And this was the perfect environment to start reading, because I was in the countryside, among the mountains. This was perfect, and I love it for now, even though sometimes the descriptions are a bit long or very detailed, such as in which region this character comes from and who he's related with in which region. Again, describing where is it exactly and whose relationship he has with whom. It's a bit long sometimes, but I really love the fact that this is so different from the movie, because obviously this was, I have to do some research, but this was maybe too long to adapt in a movie, and there are a lot more descriptions, such as the party, the first party that Bilbo is throwing for his birthday and Frodo's birthday. We have so much more information as to how it was organized, how much means he put into this, and how long he was planning it for. Whereas in the movie, we don't have those information. We just have the impression that this is a party they have every year, a random party, you know. And in the book, you have the sense that it is not. This is quite exceptional. Even though in the movie, with the fireworks and everything, I don't want to spoil it if you didn't watch it already, you have a sense that it is kind of exceptional. But I love the fact that we have all the context around it. And the first adventures of Frodo are very different too, concerning the fact that the characters are not joining him in the same way in the movie. And we have also more scenes. I love that. 167 pages into it, I think, and first book is 400 and something pages, I think. Yes, 400 and I don't know. I should have wrote it. I'm loving it so far. I enjoy the ride. It's such a nostalgic feeling, you know, to read a book from a movie you love so much and watched so many times. I feel like I'm completing an initiation rite, you know. I'm entering adulthood and I have to read this book. Don't know why I didn't earlier, but now I'm catching up with time. I'm really glad about that. So I'm gonna tell you more. I can't bring this with me today because I need to go to work, and this is such a huge chunk. Also, this week I want to get back into productivity because I filmed a video the previous week. I wanted to edit within the week we were in the countryside, but I just wanted to enjoy this time with my boyfriend and his grandpa and not work too much, if that makes sense. So it was kind of a holiday week, and now I want to get back into productivity. So edit the I filmed the previous week and film another one. So let's get back into productivity together. If you're in a productivity slump also, we're gonna do this, okay? I'm here for you.
I understand perfectly. You want to be a dictator.
Oh, come off it.
Coming down St. James says Brussels sprouts. You will bring me the Brussels sprouts.
I'm trying to plan a menu here, Jackson.
But Jackson brought pea tendrils instead of Brussels sprouts.
Coffee? Pea tendrils are too delicate.
See you tonight.
I love you. And it always ends with that hug.
Hi, hello, it's been a while and I wanted to use what little light is left to speak, but it's already night and it's so depressing. I just came back from work and it's like 5 p.m. and it's already super dark inside, so sorry for that. But I really wanted to talk to you because I had the nicest week last week. I went to Paris, as you've seen, and it was super lovely. We even had some sun, as you may have seen. And I went initially because I had some kind of a voucher, if I can say it like that. I was gifted a restaurant by some relatives of mine, my closest friends, my oldest friends even. And it was last year and I had a list of restaurants from which I could choose, and around my town they weren't especially inspiring me. I chose a restaurant in Paris, and when I have the occasion I love to just go and wander in Paris because I love the libraries, I love the bookshops, some of the coffee shops also. So it was a good excuse to go there. And then it was Saturday, and on Sunday when we got back, because we took the bus to go there, it is like 5 hours of bus to get there from my town, and we took the night bus, which was okay because the train tickets now are just so pricey. They're so expensive, it's crazy, especially if you take it last minute. It's super expensive. And all that just to say that Sunday I was ill. I was beginning to feel ill on Saturday when I was in Paris, but it was still okay. But Sunday I just like spent all day sleeping, and I had some fever also. For the last 3 evenings I just drenched during my sleep my t-shirts. I have been drenching them. I hope this night it will be better, let's see. But today I felt a little bit better. I had some headaches also from Sunday, and yesterday it was a bit better, and today it is slightly back, but I already feel it's getting a bit better. And let's just see, okay? I didn't manage to be productive, but I took a little bit of advance in my work, so it didn't quite make me late. I am late in my reading schedule, but it's okay. I'm gonna talk to you about it now. I managed last week to finish The Full Moon Coffee Shop by Mae Mochizuki, which is a super cozy read with little stories from different point of view, from different people, and they're all linked in some kind of way, and they're all facing some difficulties in their life. They don't know which directions to take, and for that they meet a full moon coffee shop which helps them in some kind of way, and this is run by Kat. Classic Japanese literature here, okay? It's super cozy. I'm still dabbling between 3.75 out of 5 or just 4 out of 5 stars, but super enjoyable read. Not a favorite, but really liked it. I love the astrological theme around it also. And I finally started A Dark and Drowning Tide by Alison Taft because my bookshop owner finally got it, and I have some mixed feelings for now, this is the story of Lorelai, who is an academic. She's a scholar basically, but specializes in folklore, in the fantasy telling, and she has an academic rival, and she needs to go on an expedition she's organizing in order for her to make some new discovery for the academic field, and especially a certain source of magic. And they all go on a boat eventually to go to this expedition, and something happens in the boat. Not saying too much, but she has her rival named Sylvia, and what's bothering me for now is that we don't really know why she hates her, why she deeply hates her, and that's kind of upsetting for me because I don't understand it, and I'm kind of resenting the main character for that. And I think it's kind of the point not to love the main character because she has some despicable manners for sure, which I don't relate to, at least for me. And 146 pages in, so I'm still waiting for the turn to arrive. I don't know, the pacing for me it's kind of weird because some things are happening, but at the same time not that much is happening, if you know what I mean. It's kind of weird. So let's just say that for now I can't really predict if I'm gonna love it or not. I'm not hating it for the moment, but I'm not loving it either. So let's just say there's a space here that needs to be filled. And I'm still in the middle of The Fellowship of the Ring by J.R.R. Tolkien. I've reached page, I think 300, if I'm correct. Yes, 326. And I need to reach page 472 in order to achieve the first book. But I'm really loving it so far. I'm not changing my point of view, but still also struggling with the fact that there's so many names with so many relatives, with so many kingdoms they're related to, in which region, in which country, and who is his grandfather and his great-great-grandfather and whose kids he's with. That's kind of too much for me, but at least I'm loving everything that's around it. So it's a win for me, and how I cannot not love it when I have the films that are so beloved to me in mind. I think it's not possible. My judgment is fundamentally biased by bias, but still loving it. And I bought some books in Paris. I wanted to show you. Firstly, I've got a book that I want to read for quite some time now, and I was influenced by a dear bookish friend on Instagram, and the book is White Nights by Fyodor Dostoevsky. I wanted to start with another Russian writer, a classic one, and I'm kind of traumatized for now about long Russian classic literature books, but I really want to get into Dostoevsky writing, especially Crime and Punishment. But I think it's a super idea to start with White Knight, especially because Madav on Bookstagram really loved this book, and I trust him with my life with that. So I kind of am excited to start this one because it's super short and I'm really intrigued, and I've heard so many good things about this one by others, like it's one of the most tragic love story of all time, but also one of the most beautiful. Sorry if sometimes my voice trembles, it's because I'm on the verge of coughing, but I'm gonna cut that into the editing, so that's why. And also about finally A Little Life by Anya Yanagira. I'm always butchering the name if I'm not reading it. Yanagihara. That's why I cannot interview authors. I would be humiliated. Yanagihara. Anya Yanagihara. Well, yeah, also I have no choice now but to read this book, and I know this is such a devastating book, and I know that I have to read the trigger warning before starting it, but I'm so ready for that and ready to know what the first is all about and to know in which team I'm gonna be. I'm super afraid but also super excited to start this one. The smell is quite good also. This one is also quite floppy. I'm loving it. I have the bookmark which prevents it to be from being too floppy, but so cool. So yes, I'm really excited about this one too. I hope I can start this one before the end of the month, but I'm not sure about that. What's sure is that I'm gonna read it at least next month, and I'm gonna vlog about it all because it's gonna be a journey. I know that for sure, so I want to record it to have some memories of me crying. Hi, hello. It's been a few days, 2-3 days I think, since the last time I've spoken to you, and I have to wrap up this reading vlog because I have to post it for tomorrow. We are Saturday, and I have an update. I managed to finish, drumroll, the first book, The Fellowship of the Rings by Tolkien. And I'm so glad I finished it. This is, I'm super sad, but I'm also super glad. And it's already super sad that I finished one book. Overall, I really liked it. I didn't speak about the fact that it's so funny how there is songs every 2 pages. It's crazy. Oh, a wild cat. Let me try to show her to you. Hi. This wasn't long. She's shy. Okay, that's why. And there is literally every 2 pages songs. Like there's one in here. There's another one here. And then here. Not that much song for a long time then, because there were too many pages. A little bit here. Next, not here. Okay, maybe I extrapoled a bit the thing. There are some illustrations also from the author, which is super cute because he himself told that he didn't think his drawings were good, but after all the editors said that it was super cool to put them in his books, which wasn't the plan initially. And I have to finish to read the notes at the beginning of the book, the notes about the illustrations, but which are super interesting, but I just wanted to get into the book, the proper book. I was too excited to wait, and loved it. There are so many differences from the movie, it's crazy. So it's so worth it to read it. I think it's always worth it to read the original work of an author. I just want to read the second book now, but also I want to take time reading it. So there's that. I'm super glad I managed to finish it. And now I have 1 week to try and finish A Dark and Drowning Tide, and maybe start White Nights and A Little Life. Who knows? Who knows? Not me. And I think I have to say goodbye to you now, guys. I have nothing more to rumble about. I could, but I won't. And I have to thank you, as always, for clicking, for watching till the end, till now. And I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye!